All right. Yes, we are here. This is amazing. Happy March, Women's Month. Third week of March. This is going to be amazing. Oh, man, I'm so excited about this. And you know what's beautiful is the B-roll, like the B-roll. Hey, guys, welcome, welcome, welcome. Yes, it is that time. Thank you for joining us at Medical Cannabis Marketplace. It is Perry Jones III, and let me tell you, oh, my gosh, Women's Month. I love it. I love women. But guess who we have with us tonight, guys? We have put a lineup for you guys that is absolutely amazing. And we're going to jump right into it because the ladies that we have on tonight, they're a powerful group. They are a powerful group. And so let's go right into it, guys. Listen, first off,
Middy's Medicinal.
Boom. Let's go. Let's just go because this is what's beautiful is this is live. And usually people get very nervous and they don't know how to take a live show. You just jumped right in there. Would you introduce yourself, please?
Yeah. So I'm Tessie with Middy's Medicinals.
I'm Melinda with Middy's Medicinals.
And I'm Perry Jones III with Medical Cannabis Marketplace. And guys, we got Middy's Medicinal in the building. Ladies, thank you guys for, Thank you, ladies, for joining us today. I am so happy to have you ladies on. We did some research, and let me tell you, in Central Oklahoma, there's a brand being talked about, and this brand has got some products that are quite amazing. And so we were very happy to have you ladies connect with us that we can get you guys on. And let's jump right into what you guys are known for. One of the, craziest things on the market right now.
Our refreshers.
This refresher is absolutely amazing. I'm happy that it's here. I said we're going to start into it, and I'm getting a little too excited because people don't know about nano, and we're going to go a little bit into that here in just a moment. And then we're actually going to have a live demonstration on some of the things that you guys have. And so I'm super excited about that. But let's go to the very beginning. Let's go to who are you guys? Who is Middy's Medicinal? Can you tell the folks about how you guys started this and who you guys are as a brand?
So me and Melinda are family, and we came from the farmer's market. So Melinda had opened up Middy's Kitchen in 2011, 2012. And
2011.
Let me tell you, too. Her jam, there is no other jam. Her tabbouleh, so amazing products that we had in the farmer's market.
Oh, listen,
yeah.
I love jam.
I've been trying to talk her back into bringing that a little back out.
So you're saying there's some one new products possibly out there?
Maybe we can get her back. We can get back some farmer's market stuff one
day.
Okay.
Okay. So started in the farmer's market, 2011. That speaks volumes. So you've already been mixing and cooking and combining ingredients for the good taste for people. Then we fast forward to 2018.
Yep.
7 years in the game, it goes, hey, it's legalized in Oklahoma. Let's start.
It's time to do
it's time.
Yeah.
It's time to really do this now, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
and cannabis has always been a passion of ours.
Okay.
We've been around it forever. So, we were like, man, we can take our farmer's market roots and take that to cannabis, providing high quality products in cannabis segment. So, and it was an easy way to enter, the barrier to entry was low.
Right.
And that was what we loved about the Oklahoma market. We're Okies anyways.
Love it.
So we're like, let's do this. We can put something different out there.
You definitely are Oklahomans when you say Okies. People always ask me, Perry, where are you from? I live in Oklahoma. I'm an Okie. And they're like, yeah, you're in Oklahoma. You're an Okie. And so that is beautiful. So how was you said the transition going from the farmer's market into the industry, the medical industry was pretty easy for you guys because you already had a clientele base kind of going in. What products did we start with, if you don't mind me asking, when we got into the cannabis industry?
So we actually started with an infused jam.
Ah,
it didn't go over super well just because it was such a new
that,
market.
right?
But she makes this pineapple jalapeno jam infused. Yeah, it was amazing. And an apple butter. So we had some really great jams. Gummies was one of our, one of the big starts.
Okay.
Gummies, hard candy. So my mom, she works with us. My mom she had an old fashioned hard candy recipe that she made for us at Christmas. So we just were like, we got to have that.
Okay.
So we have that. And then really where the refresher started becoming born, coming from a long line of alcoholism. I wanted to develop a product that was in a beverage. I wanted a beverage. I wanted something portable, something that we could help people break free from alcoholism.
Right.
And so that's when we just started doing thousands of hours of research and started really investigating and like researching nano.
Okay.
So I started really looking into like botanicals and how you get botanical oils, so I started spent thousands of hours researching R&D, and we developed an in-house nano process. And it was before really anybody here in Oklahoma was doing nano.
Okay.
So we kind of developed a process and we started kind of dabbling in it.
Proprietary. That's what they like to
Yeah.
use. That word is one of my new favorite words. I like that. And you started dabbing with it, and then now you've dabbled. Because you dabbed, it's just the beginning.
Just the
Dabbled
beginning.
is in there now,
In
right?
it.
And so now with it, would you say, perfected that method
We did.
now?
Oh, yes.
Okay, so it's now perfected, and now we're going into multiple flavors, correct?
Yeah, not only multiple flavors, but we've taken it to our gummies as well.
Okay.
So, so many people have that anticipation of when it's going to hit, which brings on a lot of anxiety. So I thought, how do we circumvent that anxiety and allow people to have that faster relief?
Oh, real
And so
quick.
we
That's a
moved
good
into
thing
that.
right there. Because you mentioned the onset effect, but let's go to the name. You used the short-term name of nano.
Yes.
For those that are watching, would you explain what nano is short for and what that means?
So nano is short for nano-emulsification. Nano-emulsification is a process of taking the oil and breaking it down into itty-bitty little tiny pieces.
Particles, super
particles
small.
about the size of a red blood cell. And so you break it into little particles, which then allows it to be water compatible.
Okay.
It's never going to be water soluble, but it's water compatible. So you can pour this in, it'll mix right in there. The oil doesn't float on top or anything like that.
Okay.
But with nano-emulsion, it allows it to enter your bloodstream a lot faster. So it not only do you get a higher bioavailability, so you absorb more of it,
It's one of my favorite words. I love that word.
and then you absorb more of it, and it comes on a lot quicker. Now, it does leave your system a little faster than a traditional edible that's going through your digestive system. But so it's really great for people that need that onset, that quick onset,
Automatically.
that quick relief, things like that. And it's also really great for people that are coming over from alcoholism because it's a very similar kind of onset and feel.
What I really respect and admire about what you ladies have put together is the story that goes behind it. And we're not trying to change, more or less. I mean, we want to change the vice, right? But we can help by changing the ingredients in it, and that helps to decrease parts of it. And that the nano-emulsification is one of my favorite modalities and ways of actually taking medicine because, like you just mentioned, it's a faster onset. It's less of it. It's really more of a controlled for the medicine for those specific aches, and it's really good if you do it properly, right?
Yes.
And so I think that like having that is options, and then you said you also put it into your other products
products,
now,
yeah.
right? What are those other products that utilize that?
So our gummies.
Okay.
So our gummies is one of the big things that we've moved it into. We do like a 25 milligram gummy, and we do a microdosing. So we really do a lot of microdosing.
Okay.
A lot of people, we want to target those people that are coming over to cannabis, maybe from CBD or new users, to ease into it and not have that, take that really high dose and that bad experience.
Bad side
You know,
effects.
yeah.
I
Yeah, so
understand that.
that's we don't really do a lot of really high dosing.
Okay.
We also make a powdered. Using some organic emulsifiers, a powdered cannabis, which we use in like our hot drink mixes, like hot chocolate, spice chai, mocha cappuccino. We infuse sugar without using alcohol, so our sugar is super clean, super good,
Really?
super tasty. So we have some really neat, which is a form of nano as well.
Okay, couple quick questions because I'm just super excited about these products. The first one is on the gummies, if you don't mind me asking, or is it fruit pectin or is it gelatin?
We do a gelatin base.
Okay, and then on the sugar, is it regular sugar or are we using like turbidino sugar
A pure
or
cane.
pure cane sugar? Okay, great. I like to actually mix my things, and so when you're doing teas or you're doing coffees or anything that would require or add the sugar or whatnot, I like to see what you can use with it, and
Yeah.
that's pretty awesome.
And
right
ours
there.
is great because the way that we make this, it emulsifies right in.
Okay.
So when you mix it in there, it's not going to settle on top or anything like that. We have a real proprietary method.
There it is.
There it is. To infuse them. So then
Okay.
it just mixes right in. Same with like our hot chocolates and our spice chai. They're delicious.
All right. So one of my favorite questions, I love this question. I'm just going to jump right into this one because it goes right into what you're talking about. When, Miss Melinda, when did the plant touch you? When did the cannabis plant, make its appearance on your life? When did you grace your appearance with it?
Oh, when I was about 13,
Okay.
many years ago in
Okay.
Southern California where I was raised. And I never was much of a drinker or cared much for any other drugs, but cannabis was just always something I gravitated to. And, many years later, I can proudly say I'm a licensed cannabis processor.
Let's go. Creating
me
products and
super happy.
medicine for so many different people.
Yeah.
What would you say is your favorite product that now you have a whole line of different things? And like you mentioned, you started at 13 and it was in flower form, I'm assuming,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Okay, presuming I would go with that. Now that you've kind of jumped into all of these different ways of producing this medicine, what would you say are some of your favorite modalities and products?
My favorite product are our suckers. I love our suckers. They
Oh,
are
okay.
so good.
I didn't know you had
We
suckers.
have-
We do have suckers too.
Didn't know we had
love
suckers.
We got
our
hard candy,
suckers.
suckers.
So,
They're
okay.
20 milligrams. They're delicious. Tessie's mom, Callie, does a fantastic job on them.
Okay.
I like the sublingual absorption that the hard candy, the suckers give. It's kind of a little more gradual. I can
prolonged. I
I can
like
have a
that.
sucker, and if I start feeling a little high, I can put it down for a few minutes if I, want to, or depend on what I'm doing, and they're my favorite.
I didn't keep as much candy wrappers around until these suckers came, right?
Yeah.
And I recognized, because my grandmother's like, boy, what do you, just leave that there. And I'm like, and now I know. I'm like, yeah, I don't need all this sucker. I can put this down. And so that's really, really smart. And I like that thought process right there. Tell me yours. What was your, when did the plant touch you?
My whole life.
Your whole life. Okay.
No, so I've been around it. My dad, I had family members, it always was a part of our life. I didn't grow up as a traditional kid that understood the stigmas. There was
Right.
no stigma in my home.
Yeah.
Like it was natural in my home. I seen very, important people in my life that had successful lives that used cannabis. So, it never was something to me. I do remember some plants hanging in my house when I was younger.
That's what they were doing.
It was always a part of our lives. And for me, I was about 13 when I started smoking. So
Seems to be a magic number.
yeah. I do, we were young.
We were young.
Yeah,
We were
yeah.
young.
But we were always responsible,
Definitely.
responsible.
Definitely. I think
Yeah.
so. Then tell me, what's your favorite products, or what are the favorite modalities, and then your favorite products that you have?
So that's a hard one.
If you're biased, it's
a hard one for me. So
Okay.
I do like to smoke. So
Okay.
we make some infused blunts with rosin and keef. Those are like new for us, and I'm loving them.
Okay.
They're a little powerful for me. And then we also make cannagars.
Yeah.
And so the cannagars are like a super slow burn, don't make me cough. So those are some of my favorites.
Okay.
But if I'm socializing, it has to be a refresher. I don't drink anymore. Like I said, I come from a long line of alcoholism. My whole drive behind this was to combat alcoholism. It's been very successful. I would say my mom will be 3 years sober in May because of this. But
Congratulations.
probably the refreshers and microdosing gummies.
Microdosing gummies.
Yeah.
So I fly every so often, and whenever I fly, my choice of flying companion is a sucker, and so
mentioning that, I am now going to make my way. You guys are you're a processor, right? How many dispensaries would we say that we're in?
About
right now?
70.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Okay. I'm excited because actually I get to have some of these guys, and it's going to be amazing. But we're going to bring them back on towards the end of the show. And we're going to actually do a demonstration of the refreshers, and we're going to do it with some product sampling that I'm super excited about. So we're going to be able to do that, right?
Can of mocktails.
Can of mocktails. That's what I'm talking about. That is going to be great. Ladies, we're going to get ready to take a quick break, and then I'm going to bring on the rest of our guests at the end of our show when we get ready to do our product sampling, our product reviewing. I am excited because this is the very first one that's going to be made live, guys.
Yeah.
This has not been done before on our show anyways, but we are going to make this live. So, guys, I am excited to have you guys on here in
Yes,
just a
thank
little
you.
bit. Thank you so much. Folks, pay attention. We are coming right back. Wait till you see what else we got coming on, and wait till you see these drinks made later. I'm so excited. You know what we're about to do. Petty Fox, you get ready to take us out, boss?
Give me 30 seconds.
Oh,
I'm gonna play this.
he gives me 30 seconds.
We're gonna play
This is what I love about live, guys.
Go ahead and start. You can start just easing in. That'd be great.
We got some queens coming on too.
Oh, listen, this is the royal court of queens in here. Like this is gonna be. Because this is a good talking point, right? Quick was. I know you're not leaving. No, you're not. We love you. Have a safe trip. Guys, welcome back. Real quick. We're right here.
Now we're there.
We're right there. It's right there. Okay, we're right there. All right, guys, this is fun. This is what a live show brings you. It is, if you don't have fun, you're not doing it right, is what I can tell you. All right, so what we're going to do, guys, we're going to take a quick knowledge moment is what I like to call this, right? We just ended with some beautiful information with Middy's Medicinal, and they were talking about their modalities and the breakdown of what they have, and that was in the form of nanoemulsification. Nanoemulsification, like they explained, is a breakdown, a fine breakdown of the compound, and then that way it makes it to where it is compatible with water and soluble, where your body can digest it into your bloodstream. Well, I know you just heard it from them because they're the processor, and then you just heard me as the host. What we're going to do is we're going to talk to Dr. Sims. Hold on, there we go. All right, good. Now we're going to talk to Dr. Jason Sims of THC2, the Higher Care Clinic. And Doc, I think this is an interesting point to go over real quick. Can you give us
Definitely.
A good standpoint about, just tell us about it,
Yeah.
please.
So for so they were saying, for the nanoemulsification, it's going to be, making the particles much smaller so that they're actually more soluble in water.
Okay.
So, because cannabis, of course, is oil-based. THC is oil-based. CBD, all the different cannabinoids are all oil-based, and they dissolve in oil.
Mm-hmm.
So by making them able to dissolve in water, you're able to the digestion sped up, so you're able to get it through your liver easier. You actually get some absorption in your stomach. You get some absorption in the small intestine a little bit better than with the oil part. So and I talk to patients all the time. So if you're one of those people that are taking 1,000 milligrams of THC and you're not feeling anything on an edible, you're not absorbing oil correctly. You're not breaking that down right. You might not have a gallbladder. It might just be because of the way you are. So, and I tell people that's what you need to look for. You need to look for water soluble, the nanoemulsification type products, because those are going to kick in a lot faster. They're going to kick in a lot better, and you don't have to worry about the oil absorption if you're not doing it, especially, if your body's just not doing it. Because there's no point in taking 1,000 milligram edible and not feeling anything. You're just wasting money.
Correct.
So, and we have a lot of patients like that. Like I said, a lot of them don't have gallbladders, but then there's other ones that's just the way it is. So the nano is awesome for that.
So
Okay.
let me ask you this
Definitely.
real quick, because you said you have a lot of patients that you suggest this for. Would you be able to give a description of the type of conditions or ailments that would require, or a person that would require something of this modality?
It's just the people that that basically come to you and tell you, I don't do edibles because they don't do anything for me.
Okay.
Or I can take 500 milligrams and I still don't feel anything, but my girlfriend's passed out on the floor.
Right, right.
For the same amount or even half of as much.
Okay.
So, but the biggest thing you got to remember for these people, and like I said, also the people without gallbladders, a lot of times if you have your gallbladder removed, it can change that a lot.
Okay.
But the biggest thing you do need to remember when you're using nano, when you're going from oil to nano, decrease the dose a lot. It doesn't take very much. Okay,
Goes
so
back
we're
to
talking
you're saying.
even if you're taking 1,000 milligrams of the regular edible that's oil based, you might only need 5 or 10 milligrams of a nano product. So you've got to basically start over. Start low, go slow, and that's what we preach here.
That ties in right to what their model is of the microdosing, as well as offering low dosage of even the refreshers. The refreshers I noticed were at 20 milligrams, which for the common cannabis user, they would go, 20 milligrams, the wave. They would say that, but when you, like you mentioned, the nanoemulsification is more powerful, stronger.
Way stronger.
So
way
then,
stronger. You got to be really careful with it.
Riddle me this with that. What about the side effects? So with eating an oil-based edible, you have a longer onset, so it takes longer for it actually to kick in on you. And then a lot of people have bad experiences, right? Because you can't control it. It's in your system. It's going throughout your body. What about the nano? If that hits you faster, what are the side effects for a person? in that
Yeah.
realm? How would you expect
So, so yeah, so whenever the oil goes through, the Delta 9 THC comes through your liver, it changes to Delta 11 THC.
Okay.
So Delta 11 THC is much more, more potent. It's stronger. It's more psychedelic. It's more psychoactive as well.
Okay.
So with the nano, yes, some does change, but not as much.
Okay.
Changes because you're absorbing it a little bit through your stomach, so you're not going through your liver. You're absorbing a little bit more
On the
through your
way in.
duodenum and your small intestine, and then you're going through your liver as well. So you still have some change into that Delta 11, but it's not as much.
Okay.
So it's going to be a little bit different of a feeling.
Okay.
But it can do really good things. I mean, I really like the nano-emulsification, and I'm really super excited that they were here today.
Would you tell the people you're saying? I love this saying. You guys don't know Doc. Doc is like my brother. He is my brother, and he has this saying about medicine. And I mean, obviously, you hear it from a doctor, you take it. And so, Doc, tell them what your
Well,
favorite saying is. It's my favorite saying. Excuse me.
Medicine's not supposed to be felt. Medicine is supposed to make you be able to do more.
Right.
Okay. You're not supposed to feel your medicine.
Right.
Okay. If you feel your medicine, something's going on, truthfully. So, and that's where the problems can come in, especially, with
Truth.
some of these other medicines
Truth.
that we have. But yeah, you're not supposed to feel your medicine. It's supposed to make you be able to function better.
Guys, there you hear it.
So, yeah.
That's it. You heard it right here from the horse's mouth. Excuse me. That's not the right thing to say. From the doctor's mouth. You heard it from the doctor himself, all right? This is where if I had the button, it would just hit the button. If I had the button, it would happen right there, all right? That's what's beautiful about a live show. That's what next week, baby.
Yeah,
That's
next-
what Petty says. Petty says
next
next
season,
week,
probably.
next season,
Next season,
next
probably with the
quarter,
button. Yeah.
next quarter. All right. So, Doc, man, thank you for that explanation. And then real quick, because I didn't really set the lineup for our lineup for tonight. We have powerful women in multiple variations of the industry, and they're using different technology, they're using different products, and they're bringing medicine in a multitude of ways. We talked about the nano, we've got CBD, we've got a grower, we also have terpenes. Would you kind of go in real quick about some of the compounds and terpenes and how those work from a medical standpoint from your place, so that way once I bring the rest on, they understand like the benefits of their product?
Yeah, so terpenes are kind of like the essential oils of cannabis. They gives them their smell, their taste, flavors, aromas, those things, and it's the nuance. Terpenes are the nuance. So we do know that terpenes have medicinal value. Some rev you up. Limonene actually revs you up. Then some calm you down. Caryophyllene, kind of calms everything down, helps with pain and stuff. And so the terpenes are probably one of the most important things in cannabis, truthfully, because that's where, like I said, that's where the nuance comes from. That's where you find out what you like and what you don't like and what works for you and what doesn't work for you is based on the terpenes. And all the strains, they're truthfully called cultivars, but all the strains are based off of terpenes. Okay, because the strains are based by what the terpenes are, not the THC or the CBD content. Okay, so you can have different CBD, different THC contents in the same strain because of how you grow it.
Gotcha.
But it's always going to have the same terpenes.
Those all affect
So
that.
yeah,
Okay.
and that's why, and you can look those up. Those can be found. And that's why I tell patients it takes a couple of years to figure out what terpenes work best for you. But you got to write that stuff down. Write it
the
down
tracking.
and figure out what works best for you, what doesn't. Then look up the terpenes.
Yeah.
Because you're going to find that what works best are those three. There's about three common terpenes that work best for different people.
Okay.
And then you'll have another three that don't work very well.
Okay.
So then you'll know. Doesn't matter what the name of the plant is. Doesn't matter what the name of the cultivar is.
You're looking at the
You're looking at the
ingredients.
terpenes, and you'll know that one's going to help you, or that one's not going to.
Okay.
So it's truthfully where the nuance comes in with all this.
So when you guys are out there, and even people that aren't patients, right, in other markets or whatnot, when you're there and you're looking at, when you're a consumer in the dispensaries, and you're getting ready to look at a strand or a product, when you're looking at that strand, yes, the name can be very enticing, but you hear it right here from the doc's mouth. You want to look at the ingredients of it. You want to find out if certain things get you. And this is great information. And so Doc, I appreciate you being able to come on and explain the differences in some of those modalities, explaining, understanding what terpenes are and some of these compounds. That's going to help to set the tone for who we got coming up next. Guys, I've got Marissa, and listen, oh my gosh. We've been doing stuff for a long time. I am so proud of this young lady because when we talk about her products, she's the very first ones to come out with this terp infused, really anything in the market. I remember when she started, and I can't wait for you guys to meet her. Some of these things are going to be amazing that we're bringing on. Doc, again, thank you so much for explaining that for us. Folks, give us a couple of seconds. We're going to be right back, and we're going to bring in some good stuff for you, all right? No, right now. Oh man, guys, listen, I cannot get enough of Petty Fox. Petty Fox always knows how to set that tone for us. Thank you so much, Petty. Guys, listen, welcome back, welcome back. I told you I had somebody special on this next one. We want to thank Dr. Sims, Dr. Jason Sims with THC2, one of the sponsors of our show, coming in and dropping in those dimes of knowledge, and he set it up, right? He basically just gave the alley-oop right now. I've got Marissa here, guys, with Mary Bliss. Oh my gosh, I like that wave. That was cute. That was the golf wave right there. Hello, guys. Hello, young lady. Thank you so much for coming on today.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, you're so welcome. You are so welcome. Folks, for you that don't know, Mary Bliss is everywhere. If you haven't seen it, you need to go and follow it. We're going to put all the descriptions down here. But I am so excited about you. Like I mentioned before,
we've been working together for quite some time now. And like I said, I remember, I believe you were one of the first people to do, if not the first, terp infusion on products. And so,
Yeah.
number one, for being women-led, for being strong and stepping out as an entrepreneur, thank you and congratulations.
Thank you. I
You're so
appreciate it.
welcome. Like I said, you're everywhere, so much to the tune that you have your own spot now.
I do.
Right? Congratulations on that right there. Would you go and give us a little background about who you are and your business and how you started your brand and this beautiful name of Mary Bliss?
Yes. So I, Mary, a little bit about me is I started an American shaman
Okay.
before 788 had passed, and I found out that I really loved the medicine. So I would just sit there and I'd educate my whole shift.
Nice.
And then when 788 passed, I started working in the dispensaries.
Okay.
Hamilton's was my main one, and I had people journal their terpenes every day to try to help them figure out which medicine was great for them and which one wasn't. And then I just kept researching the terpenes and found that I can take those terpenes by themselves, and I can
Combine them.
yeah, I can combine them into my products and infuse them, and people can still get the medicinal benefits of the terpenes without having to have the THC.
Right.
So
That's how you did it, huh?
that's how I did it. So I wanted to make it to where, like I said, where people had another way, an alternative to their medicine. So
This is like, it's super exciting to hear that, because going from starting on the advocate side, right? And you said you started with CBD Shaman, American Shaman, excuse me,
Yes.
which was one of the first CBD companies in Oklahoma that was really going out. They had the brick and mortars, and they specialize in a lot of education as well. And so to get that,
Yes.
and then going over into Hamilton, shout out Hamilton. Is it Hamilton's Buds or just Hamilton's?
Hamilton's Bud and Bloom. in
Okay,
Broken
that's
Arrow.
it. In
Yep.
Broken Arrow. Shout out to them, because they are one of the few dispensaries that I've known throughout this industry at this time doing journaling and encouraging that with their patients. And so, like, definitely a big shout out for the way that they handle their medicinal care over there.
Yes.
And then, I mean, it's a testament to what you've done in figuring out how to create your own business out of that. So not only are you helping patients with alternative ways of taking these essential oils and applying them to themselves, but you were able to get out of that rat race and start your own business and be an entrepreneur. So,
Yes.
like, that's what this was made. That's so amazing to hear.
Thank you.
Definitely. You're so welcome. So, can you tell us a little bit about the products that you started with, and then how you've grown? Because you have your own storefront. So,
Yeah.
tell us how you started, and then what's the most popular, and then your SKUs, if you don't mind.
Yeah, so I originally started with our candles and our wax melts. They were to be able to give you the therapeutic benefits of the terpenes, so just lighting the candle in the air would make you receive the therapeutic calming benefits,
Okay.
or the happy uplifting from the limonene. People really loved the candles, so then that kind of grew on, and then I started with our bath soaks, and that was a huge hit.
The bath soaks,
The bath soaks are really what took off, because you get double benefits with the bath soaks. You get the therapeutic, so you get that relaxing, that sedation. On top of that, you get to absorb the terpenes through your pores too. So you're getting the anti-inflammatory
Double.
properties and stuff that way too.
Man.
So
And
yeah.
then you have the roll-on,
Yep.
correct?
So then the roll-ons, that is our next biggest item product. It's almond oil, hemp oil, 1,000 milligrams of terpenes. And you can literally just apply it anywhere you need to. Different strains are going to do different things.
Okay.
So some will be like Granddaddy Purple to help with migraines, insomnia, pain. Where some will be for PTSD, some will be for mood boosters.
The
Yep.
terpenes being the infuser to change those
Right,
moods
yep.
or whatnot. And
Yep.
so that's a great, I had a question about that, because I think it's awesome, the use of terpenes, right? We hear the word terpenes, and like Doc mentioned, he named a few of them, but there's a plethora of terpenes.
Yes.
Me, as a consumer, I'm like, man,
So how do you know which terpenes to use? So like, how do you know what you're putting in? Is it based on names like he said about finding what was in it and you're using that? Or did you create terpene profiles and just put them together?
So I match the profiles completely to the cannabis plant. So
Okay,
Granddaddy
okay.
Purple is Granddaddy Purple. So
Strain specific,
Yep,
right?
strain specific.
Okay,
So
okay.
that way you know, like when you go to get Granddaddy
Mm-hmm.
flower or vape or whatever, however you
This should be
partake,
the-
right? You'll get the same benefits with our
Okay.
stuff without that.
Without the high.
Without the high,
Mm-hmm,
without the mind altering.
Oh man, that is
But
so
then when
awesome.
you compare them together,
Mm-hmm.
it will help with like an entourage because
The
you're
entourage
getting
effect.
double terps with your medicine.
Ah, okay. So what I really enjoy is the fact that with the bath salts, these are one of my favorites actually. You're encouraging people to take baths. So
Yes.
for those that don't have a bathtub, I suggest get that Embassy Suite. Shout out Embassy Suites with the big tubs, and you get this salt and you put that in there and you soak your body because it is like you mentioned, it is a great way to really have your body take in the terpenes and take in the aroma, right? And really
Yes.
absorb it. And so just like a topical, when you go on the outside of the skin going in, it's a different effect than coming from the inside going out. And so I find that to be,
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yes.
super unique there. Light you one of these bad boy candles. Tell me about the incense. So the incense, like those are infused as well. So as soon
Yeah.
as you burn, you're not burning the terpenes off?
No, so it burns at the perfect temperature because we don't have any chemicals, toxins, or additives with our stuff. It's only DPG oil and the terpenes. That's it. So they actually burn 45 minutes per stick, and they're 100 milligrams per stick. So super light burn time, light smoke, softly scented, so you're not putting.
I like it. Again,
Yeah.
if you're in that shout out Embassy Suites, getting that hotel room and you getting that Granddaddy Perp, you can light that incense. I'm not telling you how to stay in the hotel. I'm just saying these terp infused makes it smell good. And so let me ask you this. This is one of my favorite questions. When did the plant touch you?
So I would say about 7 years ago, I tried
Okay.
it. Time is flying. I want to say 7, between 5 and 7. We'll go
Okay.
with that. I went to Colorado. I tried it for the first time with me and my health issues, you know. And I realized, wow, this actually makes me feel better and takes my pain away. So actually, after I went to Colorado is when I left Quick Trip.
Okay.
I was like, okay, I'm going in the CBD world. So I left my management job at Quick Trip to work for American Shaman. So
Let me tell you, this is
That
what
was
I
a
love
jump.
about those live shows is that things happen organically, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so instead of like a traditional, here's what we're gonna do, the way you were able to bring in your previous line of work with Quick Trip and having that high end to go and have a medicinal effect in another market and come back and take advantage of it by getting that education forefront and then branching out and becoming an entrepreneur. Like that speaks volumes. In 7 years, I commend you, and that's why you're on this show, so you can help to encourage others as well as get this product in front of people. Because I tell you what, guys, this is something that you guys are going to want to have. We're going to get ready to light a candle here in a little bit, and that makes me so excited. Let me ask you this before I let you go. Going into this next year, because you've been in the industry now since we've started in 2018, 2017 is when you started then and came in. Now that we've been going, where do you see yourself and your product and your brand in the next year, next 2 years in the future? What do you have set for
Yeah.
yourself?
So honestly, I see my products in a lot more stores throughout the United States.
Yeah.
Definitely going through pain clinics, holistic wellnesses, pharmacies, stuff like that on top of the dispensaries.
Big branch. I like that.
Yeah, I got a lot of stuff that I
It's
want to
coming up.
see. Yeah, I hope so, but we'll see. Kind of letting the universe guide me and
Let me tell you, it seems like you're on the right path because it's guiding you just gorgeously. I mean, I look forward to, like I mentioned before, I'm one of your biggest fans. I've always been one of your biggest fans. I find it to be very amazing the way that we can take the terpenes and, like you said, take this nationally, take this internationally, and you have other ways of medicating that aren't the traditional, let me get high, right?
Yeah.
Similar to what Doc said, your medicine you shouldn't be feeling. It should just be making you do more things and
Right.
lighting candles and making you take more baths and your muscles being less ached without having that effect or
Yep.
mental that speaks volumes about who you are and what you're doing with your company. So
Thank you. I appreciate
you're
that.
so welcome. I'm so happy to have you on. I look forward to everything that's about to happen for you. And I'm going to keep supporting and getting some stuff. Folks, listen, like I said, we've got Miss Marissa here with Mary Bliss, and this is beautiful what she currently has. You guys need to look it up. How do we find your products? Is it on your website?
Yeah.
What do we have?
So MaryBlissEssentials.com. You can Google Mary Bliss Essentials, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn. all of
TikToks are
that.
going crazy. Her TikToks are going crazy, so you might want to go ahead and follow her as well. So that'll be good. Definitely get out and find these products. I'm saying from personal use, I do use them. I suggest you try them. I look forward to finding you back up here in another 3 months and seeing, the growth and things that you've accomplished.
I look forward to being back.
Yes. It always gets me excited when people say they want to come back. So, man, listen, guys, I told you, we've got a stacked house of queens in here tonight. Like I said, we're going to show some things. Guys, I'm going to get ready to get us into a break, get ready to bring up our next guest, and let me tell you, this...
You know who you are. Yeah, give a big round of applause. All you sponsors. Thanks so much to Ari, Bluegrass, man, coming on out here to make it all happen, bringing culture right here to beautiful to Oklahoma City.
Thank you all for coming out. We are starting this event for Ari, Bluegrass Glass. If you see Bluegrass around, give him a big hug for us. He's our guy. Best glass blower in our in our culture. So we're happy to have him here. And also special thanks to the Terp Sous Vide crew.
We're really proud to be the first organization to ever fund cancer cannabis research in the state of Oklahoma. Went on a motorcycle trip to Colorado with some friends and got all these achy joints and stuff. Oklahoma didn't do anything with cannabis at the time.
Right.
And I went into a dispensary in Colorado to become educated. By the time I left there, I had some lemon drops. The guy told me, and in 30 minutes, if you don't feel a difference, take another one. Well, in 30 minutes, I did a full rotation of my arm. I haven't taken any pain pills, any anti-inflammatories, any of the stuff for my aches and pains since that time. So I came back and I started looking at the people we donate to, and I asked every one of them, who will take my money to do research, cannabis for cancer? Yes. Nobody would do it. 4 years later, OSU Tulsa,
shout out.
took my money. We made a $20,000 donation last year to establish a cannabis cancer research study focused on the effect of cannabis with patients that are undergoing chemotherapy.
So it's
And how
called a
it
well
works.
vape. It's an electronic dab rig.
Okay.
It makes a drinkable dab.
A drinkable dab.
This comes out. It's just got an atomizer in there.
Is that the knife?
Yeah, this is a hot
So-
knife we've got too. So
hot knife.
rosin's real expensive, man.
Yeah.
So I want to be able to use every bit of it. I press that button, it heats up the tip, and it falls right off. There's no mess. You're being as efficient as you can be. So
Okay.
now I can put the lid back on my knife, put the lid back on my rosin, save the terps.
Yep.
I've
Save
still
the
got some
terps.
time in.
Okay.
Put that back in the box. Whenever it's full, you just take it off. You want one? You want me
No,
to
sir.
show
I'm
you?
gonna let you go and show me. Whoa. Just like drinking milk.
Just a little glass of milk, man.
But I do want to jump into the Koi brand. Koi brand having dog treats. And the first one here is the joint support, which is pumpkin spice and cinnamon. We have the blueberry and sweet potato when it comes to the CBD for immune support, as well as green apple and peanut butter for calming support. And for us, we actually have the CBD gummies up front, the extreme pain relieving gel, the gel being more of the one that's not going to be more oily. It's going to actually evaporate a little bit quicker, but still stay on. You have your pain balm, as well as your 2-gram disposable vapes there, with one of them being the Hawaiian Driver. That's your regular CBD. You also have your pineapple punch. This is going to give you more of an upper feeling, and it's going to be your CBD and CBG, as well as your papaya twist with your more indica feeling or your more relaxed feeling, with the papaya twist being CBD and CBN. If you want to look at this or find out more about Koi, you will have to go to Vogue Tulsa. They have the widest array and variety of smoke-friendly and pet-friendly supplies and support. Go visit Rayshawn at 61st and Sheridan, voted Tulsa's best CBD shop from Tulsa A-List. And if you go visit, you'll get 10% off mentioning Medical Cannabis Marketplace.
Hey guys, Perry Jones III, PJ3, checking in with you. We're sitting down, getting ready to speak with Jace, what Touched by Cannabis. You don't want to miss this. So we got Jace here, good friend of mine. We've known each other now about 5 years.
Yeah.
Actually helped me to get started into the industry. And now he is in our state with his brand called Touched by Cannabis. So like Jace, thank you for taking the time to get ready to introduce yourself and like expand on our friendship and all this good stuff, man. I'm proud of you, man.
You're welcome. Thank you for talking with me, Perry.
Definitely. Everybody always wants to know these things, and that's what I want to get from you, right? And so the first one is like, how did you get started in this industry?
Cannabis has been in my family since the 30s. So it's been something that it's always been in my family growing up for generations. My great-grandfather grew cannabis to support our family. He was a coal miner in Colorado.
Okay.
And so that was one of those things that was supplemental income. I guess it's kind of natural that we ended up here.
How did you come up with what your standard is?
When I started growing plants and more of them, I just realized this is a manufacturing process that needs to be sustainable and reproducible and maintain that level of quality all the way start to finish. I've been growing cannabis for 17 years now. When I first started growing cannabis, I was a fighter jet mechanic and a satellite mechanic. And so I did it as a hobby and for my own personal medicine.
Right.
And that just kind of evolved into this passion that I have now.
17 years. Jeez. All right. I love that. That says a lot, like commitment, consistency, you know, and really taking the time to find, like you said, medicine. So you've been medicating yourself for a while now. Who are you now? That's who you were when you started in this industry. Who is Jace now?
Well, as that passion progressed, we became caregivers for children with cancer. And so we've always been patient advocates and educators, and I think that's still who we are today. It's in a different state than we started in that has all new ways that this plant needs to be used. So over 17 years of cultivation, I've tried every style of growing there is. So I've done deep water culture, I've done hydroponics, I've done soil containers. I've done no-till in beds, and what I've really come to understand and have a focus in is Korean natural farming, or natural farming in itself. And so that's where the natural portion of the NICE acronym comes in, because as I've continued this educational path, it's brought me to the point that I need to bring nature into my grow to provide the best that this plant can do. We can adjust environments and we can do those things, but if we're feeding in the same way nature does, one, it's safe in consumption because of the lack of pesticides or fertilizers that are used. And it's also cost efficient and affordable.
What do you think will be the future of your style and your product?
I'd like to see the future of this style expanded upon throughout the industry, because one, we utilize a lot of consumables in this industry. If we're throwing away medium, or we're using water soluble salts that can contaminate waterways, those are all ways that this process can be improved on, along the way of being affordable for a business owner. Because this is a very expensive industry to be in. Any way that I can teach people to be more affordable and more sustainable, those are ways that I feel that it's beneficial in not just the product that's produced, but in the cost of doing that. I believe that there's a point where the people who are growing the product get a fair market price for what they're growing, and all the way through that the end user and patient isn't being gouged for a product that isn't the quality that they want, or it's radically marked up to an unaffordable medicine.
Right.
When it comes back to the name of our business, right? It comes back to the name of it is Touched by Cannabis, and that's because we felt we're touching people's lives through what we're doing with this plant.
Man, Jace, listen, I can't wait to show everybody everything that you've got here. Guys, make sure to get out and check out Jason, Touched by Cannabis. He's not only a dear friend of mine, but he is a person who is actually impacting the world and doing it in a multitude of ways. So thank you for your impact on this world. Thank you for your friendship. And man, I just can't wait to film you again. Let's do some more, right?
You bet.
All right, man. Thank you, guys.
Thanks.
Follow up.
Hi, I'm Stephanie Carollo, and I am with Yum Sweet Leaf Cookies. We are baking some cookies today, so come on in and check out my kitchen. We have a batch of Yumalish chip going right now. So we've already mixed the butter together. We've added all of the wet ingredients. We're gonna toss in some flour and get these cookies going. All right, these are our mini Fico cookies made with birthday cake strain. The Fico oil is provided by Delta Oil Co. And these are the Yumalish chip flavor. So they are super delicious. They're like your traditional chocolate chip cookie, but they're in mini forms. So we are testing these at 10 milligrams each. You'll get 5 in a pack, so it would be like a 50 milligram pack. So a little 5-pack. These are more my dose, like the low dose patient. So I'm hoping a lot of people will enjoy these for either their nighttime treat or microdosing all day long. We're so excited to be partnering with Delta Oil Co. to put our Fico in these cookies so we can scale our business a little. These tested at 8.56 milligrams. We were shooting for 10s. The Fico cookie looks more like your normal cookie. Those of you that have had Yum Sweet Leaf cookies in the past that are made with the canna butter, I know you're getting some footage of that green butter, but that's what makes my cookies have that green tinge. They still taste great, and they taste like fresh flour too. These with the Fico, Fico is more of a brown color, so it really complements the look of the cookie and the cookie dough. Full spectrum, so you get all the medicinal benefits, all the cannabinoids, terpenes, everything. And you can look at my COA. The big terpene that popped in this one was humulene, which is an appetite suppressant. And we'll be right back, and I'll make some bigger chocolate chip cookies for the higher dose patient. So what we're making now is the Yumalish chip, which is made with our canna butter. And the canna butter is orange flambe strain, which was grown by Bud Sweat and Tears. So we just make these dough balls a little bit bigger. Actually, those minis that I made are this dough ball broken into 5 pieces. This is your full serving. And so the orange flambe strain is really unique because it actually smells like oranges. When you open the package, it's like, ooh, yes. There we are. Okay. Thank you for visiting the Yum Sweet Leaf Kitchen today. I enjoyed baking with you, so we'll see you soon.
The cannabis industry has embraced me, has embraced my art and my jokes. Like, they understand the joke is that everyone can have fun with their medicine. It doesn't have to be hoity-toity. I really want to bring dabs into the culture. I know flower is a big deal, and it has been for a long time, but I really am a part of that concentrate culture. It's how I smoke. That's my medicine. I've been smoking concentrates now for I think 11 years. Anybody that wants to work with me with rigs or glass artists, wants to do mood mats and things like that, I jump on that. Like, I love working with glass artists. I do some work with Joe King Glass. A lot of times he's kind of known in the industry for taking photographs and using a style to put the photograph inside of the artwork of his glass pieces. I did his logo for him. He's got the Joe King monkey on there and one of his apothecary rigs.
Hi, I'm David Trujillo with Icy Melts Extracts, and we're here today in Key Largo, Florida, just to bring you a little piece of where I grew up, my background, a little bit about who we are, where we come from, and what inspired us to become Icy Melts. You know, I know these keys like the back of my hand. Childhood, it inspires me in so many different ways, from the culture, the food, the music, the way of life here. And, you know, this is one of the places where I started to really get excited about the possibilities of getting into or entering into the cannabis industry. So out here in the Florida Keys, one of the things that we love to do is catch fish. It's something that we love to do as a family. We get together, we experience the time together, going out, catching fish, bringing it back in, you know, preparing it our way, right? Playing with different spices, different temperatures, different ways of putting it together. And it's been a tradition of ours for over 30 years. And, you know, it's very similar to the way we've played in our solventless hash lab, you know, playing with different concentrates, playing with different forms of cannabis, bringing new ideas to the table. You know, I hope you guys love our products as much as I love this place. This is a place that I adore, you know, and for me, moving and leaving this place is a big deal. But because of the passion that we have for the patients of Oklahoma, for the medicine that we are now making through Icy Melts, we've decided to do that. And I wanted to take this time here to shoot a little bit kind of my hometown, my background, just show you guys a little bit about what we do, how we enjoy our life day to day. And the patients of Oklahoma have welcomed us. They love our brand, they love our medicine. You know, we are fully dedicated to Icy Melts and providing the best possible cannabis, you know, the state can have. So I hope you guys enjoyed spending some time with us here in the Florida Keys, seeing where we come from, what drives our passion. And we are coming to bring everything that we've learned and all the passion we have here with us and bring